A coalition of Monroe County residents is taking an issue with a plan to recommend the killing of deer in and around Bloomington. As WTIU's Dan Goldblatt reports, a group known as Buck Up wants to counter the Deer Task Force's recommendations.
After last month's report from the Bloomington-Monroe County Deer Task Force recommended using both lethal and non-lethal methods to quell the deer population, several residents became concerned. Alice Miller says deer have visited her east side home for several years. She put up a fence around her yard to protect her garden and changed the types of plants she grows. She says the lethal recommendations from the task force don't make sense.
The problem with the lethal solution, in the most practical sense, regardless of how one feels about the deer, is that it's not a one-time solution. It would mean continuing to do this over and over.
Miller is part of Buck Up, which stands for the Bloomington United for Common Sense Urban Planning. She says the group wants to convince the city council that non-lethal methods should be looked at to control the deer. However, Bloomington resident Nancy Hoff has seen firsthand the destruction deer have done to her lawn and garden. She says lethal force is appropriate.
It's fine with me. I like the recommendations they're coming up with.
The Bloomington City Council is scheduled to hear the task force's recommendations during its October 24th meeting. For WTIU News, I'm Dan Goldblatt.